Nandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Prajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Govinda Jaya Jaya Gopala Jaya Jaya Radha Ramana Hari Govinda Jaya Jaya. Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari, Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari. Yodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tiravanachari. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. श्री श्री राधा माधव की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरन्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनश्लाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतपदकमलान् श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं त्वं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्विताञ्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमोस्ते। तप्तकांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे रामा राम राम हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Today we are reading from Transcendental Diary, Travels with His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, from August 1976 to October 1976, written by Harisoridasa. We are in Vrindavan Dham. To take advantage of this, he said, we need only come to the temple and hear about Krishna. A high education obtaining an MA or PhD is not necessary because the purpose is to develop Krishna consciousness. And simply by hearing, we become Bhagavad Bhaktas. He stressed that bhakti was the essence. Now, what is the use of bhakti? Prabhupada asked. Tell me, Roji. Hare Krishna. What is the use of bhakti?
Because it is our natural position, but that we like fish out of water.
What is your opinion?
Similarly, we are like fish in the water, and bhakti is the process to uncover this material covering, rise us up. It can be known.
So let's see what Srila Prabhupada says that. So just see how Bhagavata is compiled, how nicely, because it is transcendental literature. You can say, what is the use of bhakti? Why shall I waste my time come in the temple and hear about Krishna? Actually, they are doing that. Nobody is coming such a big temple. Of course, there are many temples they are going, but in other places also people have lost interest, all interest, either temple or church or mosque. They do not go. In London, I have seen hundreds of churches are now closed. Nobody is going. If there is meeting, only the caretaker and few old ladies go. Because why they will go? That's a fact. And actually, churches are being sold. It is not lying propaganda. Anyone, English boy, he will confirm this statement. Yes, people are losing in interest. Interest. So here it is said that bhaktir utpadhyate. The bhakti can be awakened. It is not an artificial thing. If it was artificial thing, why the English and American boys, they had nothing to do with Krishna. They never heard in their life about Krishna. This is admitted by Christian priest that these boys, they are our boys. And formally, before this Krishna consciousness movement, they never came to church, never inquired about God. Now, how it is that these boys are mad after God? They are surprised, and it is actually surprising. Why? Because the bhakti is there, it was not awakened by the so called leaders and the priests, it was not awakened. So, here Srila Prabhupada emphasizing the awakening of the bhakti. If you see, for to have bhakti on the Lord, you don't need to have big scholarly educational qualifications. If you see in our history, like great devotees have extremely good devotion towards the Lord, but they don't possess the very big scholarly degrees like MS or PhDs. If you see, in the case of, I will explain one small story. Everybody knows, I think most of the people in India, Lord Balaji from South India, Venkateshwara. So there was a king, his name was Tondaman Chakravarti. He was very scholar and he has lot of Lakshmi also. So every day he was worshipping Lord Venkateshwara with golden tulasi leaves. He was thinking that I am the only devotee in this complete kingdom who is worshipping Lord with such a good glorification and with golden tulsi leaves. And he thought that I am very dear to Lord Venkateshwara. So one day he asked Lord, "Oh Lord, I think, what do you think that am I your very dearest devotee?" Lord told that, "No, you are not at all my devotee." So from here, 14 kilometers away, there is a village. There is a person called Bhima. So his name is Bhima. He is my devotee. Go and ask him and learn from him the devotional service. Immediately the king ran to that village. He was asking, "Here there is a person called Bhima. Could you please tell house address?" So many people told that, "Sir, you direction you can find his home." It was a small hut, and his position was pot maker. Pot maker. So, yeah. So sorry, Prabhuji, because of maybe you may or may not understand my accent. Please forgive me. So he was a pot maker, and the king asked him, "My dear Bhima, I came to know that Lord Venkateshwara told to me that you are his dearest devotee. What you do? What positions do you have?" He told that, "Sir, I don't have any positions. I am completely illiterate. I don't have any education background, and I am poor. But whenever I am doing my things, I always remember the Lord Govinda. Always I chant Govinda, Govinda, Govinda." So, and I offer just like curd rice. I don't cook very big palatable dishes also. So, and whenever I am going to start my work, I will make a tulasi leaf which is made up of mud, and I offer to the Lord. And the king shocked, "Man, you are offering here. I am seeing those tulsi leaves on the feet of the Lord Venkateshwara." So then the king realized that you don't need to possess all these material things to have bhakti. Just if you have bhakti, that is sufficient. And here one more main point is how you will get the bhakti means somebody should awaken that one. Somebody should teach. If you see in Europe, there are wonderful churches, but they were not very many youngsters. If you ask, when I was working in Waldorf, I asked one guy, "Why? So why do you believe in God?" His answer was that if I say that I believe in God, people will laugh at me. But he has some inclination towards the God, but because of society, he is not able to say that. So many churches are empty, and if you see even mosque also, somebody come to the mosque by force, not with love. So it is needed that the real essence of bhakti should be told to the devotees who are coming to the pilgrimages or churches or temples. Otherwise, many people one day, 2 day will come to the church or temple. After fourth day, oh, it's boring. We will go somewhere else. Even why ISKCON centers are flourishing like anything, why other temples are not like that one? Mainly in India. The reason is here, if you see early morning, we have the programs and Bhagavatam recitation. Yes. How many temples in India having this type of programs? No. Just the temples were rich, architecturally wonderful, but why there are not many devotees? Even though some people come, take darshan of the Lord and they will go. They don't sit and they don't feel that much of connected to the Lord. One more point is that not there is no recitation of Srimad Bhagavatam. When you read Srimad Bhagavatam, you will get the bhakti in your, like, the bhakti will awaken in your heart. Religion means to awaken that Krishna consciousness. That is religion. Religion is not formalities and ritualistic ceremonies. Religion means how to awaken the normal condition to become lover of God. That is normal condition. Love is there, but because we have no objective, because we have no instruction where to place our love, we are loving so much, so many things up to the dog. Instead of God, we are loving dog. So, like, nowadays it is going little bit more extreme that even they are loving God than the husband also. Like, they are loving the dog than the husband. There are many divorces also happening. That if you say something, basically dog is, it's okay. As per Shastras, it is not recommended to have the dog inside the home. It always should be outside the home only. His next statement placed our daily Guru Puja, which to a casual observer might be regarded as merely ritualistic, firmly in the category of real religious life. Just like you are giving me so many garlands, why are why you are giving me? Because you love me. Otherwise, there was no necessity, but because you have got some love, therefore you are worshipping your spiritual master. So, bhakti means love. Without love, there is no question of bhakti. So, this bhakti has to be awakened. That is stated in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti. Bhakti is there. Otherwise, as I have said many times, you how you have become bhakta. There are European American girls here present. For Krishna Bhakti, they have sacrificed everything. Even they do not dress attractively so that they may be attractive to other boys and their life may be spoiled. Why? For bhakti, for Krishna. This is the bhakti that is wanted. Krishna Parama Purushe Bhaktir Utpadyate. This is success of life. Prabhupada told us that the only thing that could check our bhakti was involvement in sinful. Prabhupada told us that the only thing that could check our bhakti was involvement in sinful activities. Otherwise, it means that, so when you have devotion towards the Lord, you don't engage that much of time and energy in the material things. That is the point. Otherwise, bhakti is as natural to every living being as sweetness is to sugar. He ended his powerful discourse by stressing on the need to avoid offenses, assuring us that by doing so, the more we will advance in Krishna consciousness, and the more the shoka, moha, bhaya, the miseries of lamentation, illusion, and fearfulness will be eradicated. That, he said, was the gain of Bhakti Yoga. So, here I have one question. How do you find yourself that you are progressing in spiritual life?
Develop less attraction.
Prabhuji?
Didn't understand the question fully.
Yeah. How do you find that you are progressing in spiritual life?
I mean, measure. Okay. But the only thing that comes up right now is that in the Bible, Jesus says, touch a tree by its fruits. So, touch a tree
Mhm.
by its fruits.
Mhm.
So, we can maybe check whether we're progressing on how we are acting
Mhm.
and how we transform.
Yes, Prabhuji, you can tell. Yashodan Jivan Prabhu. How we can, yeah, that you are progressing in Krishna consciousness.
There are so many obstacles for material living.
What?
We see so many obstacles in material living.
Mhm. Rule, Prabhu.
So, when you, of course, want to do more for Krishna,
Mhm.
that's your desire. What can you do more for Krishna? What can you do less? You will very more on a good path.
Yeah, it's a good answer, Prabhuji. That even though you have mentors, you can write a report and every day you will send that report to your mentors. But it is only the thing you can know sincerely that at what extent or how you are progressing in Krishna consciousness. Because just writing a letter to a mentor, it is not that you are progressing in Krishna consciousness. But that detachment, like if you don't have taste for the material things or sense gratification, and most of the time you engage yourself in the service of Krishna and Vaishnava, then you can see that you are progressing. Any questions, Prabhu? Would you like to comment?
Nice question.
I have a question.
Yes, Mataji.
The tradition has to be broken or
Mm.
it's like, let's say,
Aber ich glaube, ich habe gar nicht gefasst. Aber abgesehen.
in a larger collection. Agreement.
Yes,
So the answer was we can see that we are progressing in spiritual life by getting a less taste for material things and increase taste for Krishna.
yes, yes, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.
Short pause.
Okay.
Yeah, just take 2 minutes break, Prabhuji.
Big.
It is 18th chapter, 53 verse. Huh?
Yes.
18, 53. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। श्री श्री विजय गौरांग दयाल साई की जय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। We are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 6, Prescribed Duties for Mankind, Chapter 18, Diti vows to kill King Indra. Striyo वीरवतिश्चार्चेत् स्रग्गन्धबलिमन्धनै पतिं चार्च्योपतिस्तेता ध्यायेत् कोष्ठागतं च तम् स्त्रियो वीरवतिश्चार्चेत् स्रग्गन्धबलिमन्धनै पतिं चार्च्योपतिष्ठेता ध्यायेत् कोष्ठागतं च तम् स्त्रियो वीरवतिश्चार्चेत् स्रग्गन्धबलिमन्धनै पतिं चार्च्योपतिष्ठेता ध्यायेत् कोष्ठागतं च तम्। स्त्रियो वीरवतिश्चार्चेत् स्रग्गन्धबलिमन्धनै पतिं चार्च्योपतिष्ठेता ध्यायेत् कोष्ठागतं च तम्। स्त्रियो वीरवतिश्चार्चेत् स्रग्गन्धबलिमन्धनै पतिं चार्च्योपतिष्ठेता ध्यायेत् कोष्ठागतं च तम्। स्त्रियो वीरवतिश्चार्चेत् स्रग्गन्धबलिमन्धनै पतिं चार्च्योपतिष्ठेता ध्यायेत् कोष्ठागतं च तम्। स्त्रियो वीरवतिश्चार्चेत् स्रग्गन्धबलिमन्धनै पतिं चार्च्योपतिष्ठेता ध्यायेत् कोष्ठागतं च तम्। स्त्रियो वीरवतिश्चार्चेत् Sraddhanda Bali Mandhanai Patim Charcho Patisteta Dhyayet Kosta Gatam Chatam. Word to word meaning. Striya, woman. Veeravati, possessing husbands and sons. Cha, and Archet, she should worship. Srak, with garlands. Gandha, sandalwood. Bali, presentations. Mandanai, and with ornaments. Patim, the husband. Cha, and Archa, worshipping. Upatisteta, should offer prayers. Dhyayet, should meditate. Kostagatam, situated in the womb. Cha, also. Tam, upon him. Translation. With flower garlands, sandalwood pulp, ornaments, and other paraphernalia, a woman following this vow should worship women who have sons and whose husbands are living. The pregnant wife should worship her husband and offer him prayers. She should meditate upon him, thinking that he is situated in her womb. Purport. The child in the womb, purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The child in the womb is a part of the husband's body. Therefore, the husband, through his representative, indirectly remains within the womb of his pregnant wife. So, here we have been hearing from many days that how Diti vowing to kill Indra, because who is Diti?
The mother of demons.
Okay. And who is the husband of Diti? And who is and Diti also like daughter of Daksha Prajapati and sister to Dakshayini. You know who is Dakshayini? No, Dakshayini means Mother Parvati. So because she was the daughter of Daksha Prajapati, that's why its name called Dakshayini. So there is a temple in Draksha Ramam in East or West Godavari, the temple where this happened, I think. So here Shastra says that she should worship Veeravati. Veeravati means in the word to word translation, who has sons, a woman who has sons and husband. Basically, during the there is some program for the pregnant wives in my area, that they give some gifts to the woman who has husband and sons, children, not like to the widows. And widows are not allowed to that program basically. And even who does not have children also, they are also some extent not allowed to come to that program. So here it is saying that the husband, through his representative, indirectly remains within the womb of his pregnant wife. We say that Atmavai Putranamasi. So, for example, you are sending your representative through your semen to your wife. In Srimad Bhagavatam also mentioned that Mata Bastra Pitu Putro Yena Jata Sa Eva Saha Barasva Putram Dusmanta Mava Mamsta Shakuntalam. A son actually belongs to his father, whereas the mother is only a container, like the skin of a bellows. According to Vedic injunctions, the father is born as the son. According to the Vedic injunction, Atma Vai Putranamasi. The father becomes the son. The mother is simply like a storekeeper because the seed of the child is placed in her womb. But it is the father who is responsible for maintaining the son. In the Bhagavad Gita, Lord says that Sarva Yonishu Kaunteya Murtaya Sambhavantiya Tasam Brahma Mahad Yonir Aham Bija Padah Pita. So Krishna is the really seed giving father. And here it is mentioning that it is the responsibility of the father to maintaining the son. And unfortunately, in this Kali Yuga, it is quite difficult nowadays. Mainly people are not having responsibility. Just they will beget the children and they will live somewhere.
The high civilization.
Yeah, we think that it is very advanced civilization, behaving like animals and thinking that we are very advanced. Next verse. Samvatsaram pumsavanam vratam etad api aviplutam dharaya isyasi chet tubhyam sakra ha bhavita sutaha. Kashyap Muni continued, if you perform this ceremony called Pumsavana, adhering to the vow with faith for at least 1 year, you will give birth to a son destined to kill Indra. But if there is any discrepancy in the discharge of this vow, the son will be a friend to Indra. So, if you see, he is emphasizing the performing of that vrata with faith. Faith is very, very important. So, when we don't have faith, we cannot progress. I will say that there are some people, they are performing some yajna to get some material desires. Out of 10 people, only one person got the result, remaining 9 people didn't get that result. The process was same, the paraphernalia was same, but the result only one person got, other remaining didn't. Why? Because the main reason was the person who got the result, he did with complete faith and surrenderness. When you don't do any yajna or worship without faith, it is like a ritual. Rituals, I think, does not have that much of results. You should have complete faith. How you can get the faith? How we will get faith in Krishna or in Hare Krishna mantra? How do you get faith? Mhm. And you? Mhm.
Actually, I didn't understand the meaning.
Like, what is? How do you get faith? Faith.
Firstly, Prabhu answer.
Okay. Rule Prabhu, how do you get faith basically?
So of course, what the Prabhupada was also saying, association, but of course also through knowledge. When you have knowledge, you will be reading Shastras, you can have a lot of faith.
Yes. When we get the association of devotees, we will get that faith because they perform the activities which is authorized, not like recognized. Recognition means whatever you do, somebody can recognize he did something. But authorized means there should be some authority. Yes. Then because devotees have this authorization from senior Vaishnavas, so then we will get the faith when we have the association from them.
I think to answer your question, yeah, exactly the association is important, but the process, reading, chanting Hare Krishna association, that would be into the religious place, and yeah, Smaranam,
Yeah, it's true.
yeah, hearing the lecture is important with the guru.
Yeah, like when we get the association of devotees, what we will do? Chanting, reading of Srimad Bhagavatam, discussion about Krishna pastimes of Srimad Bhagavatam. All these
Yeah,
things
our
are
channel
included.
is Krishna around.
So, next verse. भादम इति अभ्युपेत्यता दितिराजन महामनः कश्यपात् गर्भम आदत्ता व्रतम चांजो दधारसा. O King Parikshit, Diti, the wife of Kashyapa, agreed to undergo the purificatory process known as Pumsavana. Yes, she said, I shall do everything according to your instructions. With great jubilation, she became pregnant, having taken semen from Kashyapa and faithfully began discharging the vow. So here it is mentioning that I purificatory process. So what is the purificatory process for us? Sankirtanam. So in Shastras many times said that one Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Nama eva kevalam Kalo Nasteva, Nasteva, Nasteva Gatiranyata. Not only that one, in Padma Purana also it is mentioned that Kriteya Dhyayato Vishnu Tretayam Yajato Makai Dwapare Paricharyayam Kalau Tad Harikirtana. In Kali Yuga, it is recommended the purificatory process is Harikirtana. There is no other way, just chanting the holy name of the Lord. Next verse. Matru Swasur Abhiprayam Indra Agnaya Manadha Susru Sanena Shramastam Ditim Parya Charat Kavi. O King, who are respectful to everyone, Indra understood Diti's purpose and thus he contrived to fulfill his own interests. Following the logic that self preservation is the first law of nature, he wanted to break Diti's promise. Thus, he engaged himself in the service of Diti, his aunt, who was residing in an ashrama. So King Indra came to know that his aunt was performing this vrata to beget a son who is going to kill Indra. That type of vrata she was doing, and he came to know that one. And it is quite natural that by nature, if somebody is trying to kill you, you also protect yourself by doing something. Yes. So in even Indra also trying to do protect himself by from this uh, vrata which is going to perform by Mother Diti. Next verse. Nityam vanat sumanasaham phala moola samit kushan patrankura mrudo pascha kale kala upaharat. Indra served his aunt daily by bringing flowers, fruits, roots, and wood for yajnas from the forest. He also brought kusha grass, leaves, sprouts, earth, and water exactly at the proper time. So I felt here the word proper time is very prominent, because if you see in our uh, they have, muhurta time. Muhurta means like they put something tomorrow morning 9:48 you are going to get married. Why 9:48? Why not like 9 or 10 something? Because the astrological predictions, the nakshatra is very prominent. So if you see, there was a it was 14th century, 15th century, it was the very prominent the Muslim rule in India. So people were suffering like anything. So at that time, two brothers, Harihara Raya and Bukkaraya, they wanted to establish a kingdom which is Sanatana. So but they are very poor, how they can establish the kingdom? So they approached a saintly person. They expressed their desire in front of him that, sir, the entire country is suffering with these Muslim rulers. It is very dangerous to our Sanatan Dharma. What we should do? We wanted to establish a kingdom, but unfortunately, we don't have that much of Lakshmi money. So the saint person told that we will perform a yajna so that we will get Lakshmi, and I will tell the time. On that time, you should perform the Bhumi Puja. You know Bhumi Puja? Like when we are constructing the temples mainly, then we do perform a Bhumi Puja. So the saintly person told sometime early in the morning, 3:45. So he told that I will go to in the cave and I blow my conch shell. Then you start the Bhumi Puja. So these two brothers was waiting. Suddenly he heard the conch shell blown by the people who are going to the forest for hunting. And these two brothers thought that, oh, our saintly person might have blown the conch shell. They did the Bhumi Puja. They started the Bhumi Puja. Then they came to the cave, and the saintly person shocked. Why did you come so early? Sir, we heard the sound from the conch shell and we started the Bhumi Puja. And he told that, man, I didn't blow. This was blown by someone. So then the saintly person calculated the time. So he mentioned that before establishing the kingdom, he told that after 300 years, your kingdom is going to destroyed by the Muslims. But if you have performed the Bhumi Puja as per my time suggestion, your kingdom might be there 3,000 years. Because of small misunderstanding of the time, it happened. After 300 years, when Ramaraya died, the entire kingdom of Vijayanagara collapsed or destroyed by the Muslim kings. That is the proper value of performing the things in the proper time. That's why now we say always that desha, time, place, circumstances, we need to speak accordingly. So that's next verse 58. एवं तस्य व्रतस्थाया व्रतचिद्रम हरिर्नृपा प्रेप्सु पर्यचरज जिह्मो मृगहेव मृगाकृतिः. O King Parikshit, as the hunter of a deer becomes like a deer by covering his body with a deer skin and serving the deer, so Indra, although at heart the enemy of the sons of Diti, became outwardly friendly and served Diti in a faithful way. Indra's purpose was to cheat Diti as soon as he could find some fault in the way she discharged the vows of the ritualistic ceremony. However, he wanted to be undetected and therefore he served her very carefully. So basically, if you see, while hunting, the hunter always make the sounds which the birds can attract easily, so that it is not the purpose to please the birds, but his main motive is to attract the birds and to kill them. So here also the main intention of King Indra was to stop that finding some fault in the vrata which is performing by Diti, so that he can escape from the death. For example, if Mother Diti beget the children who is enemy of king, they are going to kill Indra. So he is trying to get an opportunity when she is going to do some fault while performing this vrata. So finally, Nadhya gachyad vrata chidram tat parotha mahipate chintam तीव्रम गतः सक्र केन मे स्यात् शिवम त्विहा. O master of the entire world, when Indra could find no faults, he thought, how will there be good fortune for me? Thus, he was full of deep anxiety. एकदा सा तु संध्यायाम् उच्चिष्टा व्रतकर्षिता अस्पृष्ट वारि अधौतांग्रिहि सुस्वापा विधिमोहिता. Having grown weak and thin because of strictly following the principles of the vow, Diti once unfortunately neglected to wash her mouth, hands, and feet after eating and went to sleep during the evening twilight. So, as per Kashyap Prajapati recommendations, he mentioned that after going to bed, after eating, you need to wash your mouth, hands, legs, everything properly. So, when you exhausted with the austerities, sometimes your mind also get dizziness. So then you will get the things. Okay, I will go to rest or something immediate, because you don't have energy that much to follow all the one by one rules and regulations. A small dint of negligence is enough to spoil the vrata or something. Labdva tad antaram sakro nidra pahruta chetasaha Dite pravishta udaram yogesho yogamaya. Finding this fault, Indra, who has all the mystic powers, the yoga siddhis such as Anima and Laghima, entered Diti womb while she was unconscious, being fast asleep. A perfectly successful yogi is expert in 8 kinds of perfection. By one of them called Anima Siddhi, he can become smaller than an atom, and in that state, he can enter anywhere. With this yogic power, Indra entered the womb of Diti while she was pregnant. So, Indra is the king of heavenly planets. So, they have all these Ashtasiddhis. So, they can, if they want, they can become very small also, light also. They can go whatever, wherever they want. They can create the things whatever they want also. All these things, by using his powers, he became very small and he entered the womb of Mother Diti. I will stop here. So if we have any questions or comments, please.
His instruction Indra gave to his wife, how seriously do we, because it's so detailed.
So Kashyap Prajapati has given these instructions to Mother Diti, but in our case, we cannot do all these things. Even we don't get these type of paraphernalia nowadays. All are contaminated. So our process is just as Srila Prabhupada mentioned that chanting the holy name, read Srimad Bhagavatam, take the association of devotees, engage your time and energy in the service of Krishna. That is sufficient. That is the biggest austerity that we are. Mataji? ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय।